They said she was a gold digger. They said she was draining their son's destiny. They said she came into the family with an empty hand and a hungry stomach. But what they didn't know was that the roof over their heads, the school fees they bragged about, the food they ate every Sunday afternoon, all came from the woman they called a burden. This is not just a story about marriage. It is a story about pride, about silence, about a family that celebrated a divorce only to discover they had just evicted their own blessing. Stay with me, because this one ended in regret. Many people don't realize the divorce will end in regret. The emotional aftermath is far more painful than they imagine. She was the kind of woman who carried storms inside her chest and still served food with a smile. She married Ate, the only son of Mama Bingo. The wedding was colorful, asoebi everywhere, jollof rice steaming. But behind the celebration, there was a secret. Elders were seen praying loudly, as if heaven was hard of hearing. Ate was lazy, not the resting today kind of lazy, the tomorrow will solve itself kind of lazy. He jumped from one small business idea to another, but nothing ever lasted longer than Hamatan dust. Manka'a never complained. Instead, she woke up before sunrise. She ran an online fashion business quietly. Knowing the type of man Ate is, she invested in landed property silently. She built streams of income no one knew about. Every month, Ate would walk into his parents' compound with an envelope to give them money, and they would praise him. Our hard-working son, our own Odogu, our rich son, money na you get him. Mbang nelen, mbang nelen, mbang nelen. This was the exciting expression from his parents' faces. They'll always dance, sing, and praise him. They didn't know that the envelope came from Manka's account. Even the school fees of Tunde's younger brother in university, paid by Manka. The nursing training of his sister, paid by Manka. But she told Tunde, let it be from you. You are the man. She gave him honor. But honor without responsibility is a dangerous thing. Soon whispers began. Mama was not easy. Since my son married you, money disappears like morning dew. The sister would hiss, the brother would avoid greeting her. They believed she was draining their son. One evening, during a family meeting, it exploded. You have turned our son into a shadow. They had no idea that she was the breadwinner. Her husband never defended her. He would say nothing when she is bullied by his family. That silence, that was the first crack in the marriage. In our village, people say, when the drum beat changes, the dancer must adjust. But this family, they were too busy dancing. The insults grew. The disrespect multiplied. And then one day, in front of everybody, Mama said, if you are not satisfied, leave our son's house. The compound went quiet. Manka stood up slowly. She looked at Ate. He avoided her eyes. That was the second crack. 3 months later, the divorce papers arrived. No shouting, no drama, just quiet heartbreak. The family celebrated quietly. Now our son will recover. Life has a way of teaching lessons without warning. 2 weeks after the divorce, the landlord came knocking. Mama frowned. She no longer lives here. The man looked confused, but this property belongs to her. There was silence. What do you mean? Ate asked. The landlord opened his file gently. Transfer of ownership completed 3 years ago. She bought this house in her name. The ground did not open, but it should have. Ade rushed to check the bank statements, every school fee receipt, every rent payment, all from Amara. The envelope he used to present proudly, she transferred the money to him first. The lazy wife who was eating their son's sweat was the silent provider. Reality hit like thunder in rainy season. The brother had no more school fees. The sister's nursing training stopped. Electricity was disconnected. Ate tried calling Manka'a, blocked. He went to her office. She had expanded, bigger, stronger, untouchable. When he finally met her at a public event, she looked peaceful, not bitter, just healed. He said, I didn't know. She smiled gently. You never asked. And that is how the divorce ended in regret. Because sometimes the one you call a burden is the pillar holding the roof over your head. If you have watched till this moment, you are so priceless. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Do not forget to hit the notification bell so as not to miss any amazing content from us. If you were Manka'a, would you have been different? Should Manka have revealed the truth earlier? Was Atia fully guilty or just weak? Can a marriage survive when one partner stays silent about sacrifice? From the story, we draw the following lessons. First, communication is key to any relationship. Second, seek help early. Sometimes, the loudest people in the room are the ones who know the least. They judged her, they insulted her, they pushed her out, only to discover she was the foundation beneath their feet. So I ask you, before you accuse, have you investigated? Before you insult, have you appreciated? Before you destroy, have you understood? because regret is a heavy load, and some divorces don't end marriages, they end opportunities. Choose wisdom, choose gratitude, choose respect. Because not every silent woman is weak. Some are simply powerful and patient. From Mankaa's story, we learned the following lessons. Never insult the hand that feeds you. Silence in marriage can destroy what love built. Respect must be mutual, not assumed. This is not just the story of Mankaa, but that of someone out there. Have you witnessed this? How was it handled? Please, if you have not yet subscribed to this channel, go ahead and hit the subscription button. Please leave a like, comments, and share. Also, hit the notification bell so as to be the first person to be notified anytime a new video comes up. Thank you and see you in our next video. Bye!
They said I wouldn't, but they didn't know that.
They said she was a gold digger. They said she was draining their son's destiny. They said she came into the family with an empty hand and a hungry stomach. But what they didn't know was that the roof over their heads, the school fees they bragged about, the food they ate every Sunday afternoon, all came from the woman they called a burden. This is not just a story about marriage. It is a story about pride, about silence, about a family that celebrated a divorce only to discover they had just evicted their own blessing.
Yes, I am. I am the living proof of what the Lord has done. They said